that I could afford what my husband and I bought, and we were strapped for a very long time, and I was put in that situation, and I don't ever want to put somebody in that situation because it's not fun. It's not fun. Being house
Constant
poor.
Stress.
Yeah, being house poor is not
That's
fun.
a good way to house poor is definitely when we mean that, you might have been able to buy the house, but suddenly you realize that you couldn't afford the rest of the things that might come up in life.
And that's how it was. We bought, a 200-year-old house, and we had no idea what it would take. And the furnace went out, the hot water heater went out. There was just so many expenses that we didn't take into consideration. You went from a 2,000 square foot house to a 3,000 square foot house. I didn't expect to have a $700 electric bill.
Yeah.
That's all things that need to be taken into consideration. And I wish somebody would have told me that, because I wouldn't have bought when I did or how I did.
Do you think that you would have considered if someone had said, hey, this might happen? Do you think you would have considered you would have been able to look outside of the want of the home to be like, ooh, I better be careful?
Absolutely. Absolutely. If I had somebody sitting there telling me, hey, you need to take this into consideration, you need to take that into consideration. And I think a lot of people are, I don't want to say everybody, but I think a lot of people are in real estate for a paycheck. I'm not.
Yeah.
To me, the reward of seeing somebody get their first
Get the house and have that comfort.
Yeah, absolutely, is more important.
Or achieving the goal. I like to see
achieving the goal.
The work behind what they've had to do to get to that point.
Absolutely.
Everyone wants to see the end point, but I'm pretty sure I will always cry at closing day if you have had to work 10 times harder to get to that closing day.
I agree.
I will always do that.
Yep.
So let's go ahead, and this is not the first time that Amanda and I have met. Amanda has been at Union Home Mortgage for 7 years. 7 years ago, I was not who I am today. And I met Amanda because we were looking for a home. However, Amanda actually had to tell me no. She had to tell me no and tell me how to go back and fix everything so that we could work towards this goal that we're on track to now.
Yep.
So that is something that I think is super important. I know that a lot of people think that your realtor needs to be perfect and they need to have everything 100% correct in their own life. And well, I'm just here to tell you that's not realistic. I've had to file bankruptcy due to medical bills and not spending money properly and making good choices. That's that's what it was. And Amanda was here to help me even when she didn't know me from anybody. And it's kind of strange to be in this situation now where I now get to interview Amanda from my professional standpoint and in her professional standpoint where she's still at Union Home Mortgage. This is where I found her. And she and Todd have been so instrumental in my financial health life, whether they knew it or not. I kind of disappeared for a few years, but I listened to what they told us. And so that's why I'm back here today. And we were just discussing, I'm going to be building a home with my family and we're going to need financing. So here I am again at Union Home Mortgage, making sure that I have all of my ducks in a row so that Amanda doesn't have to tell me no again. Pretty much. But we're going to take you on that journey because it's a chaotic journey and it's going to be really fun though, because I would like to look at it as a huge glow up story of when Amanda had to turn me away and tell me no and to get my stuff together. And it didn't feel good when it was happening and I felt like a big failure, but Amanda didn't make me feel like that. I just felt like that myself. And it was important to continue working on that until I could reach this point where we are able to plan our next step in real estate and finance. And I wouldn't have been able to do it without people that were honest with me and were able to look at, what my bad spending habits were and say, hey, you're not making good choices here. That's probably not how they worded it. They were probably very nice about it, but essentially stop spending the money that you don't have. You're not going to have it. If you don't stop making these silly decisions, you'll never get into a house. That's what it was. So?
And that's huge for me. So I